Okay, cool stuff. So fantastic, fantastic, right? I mean, that's, and last week we had someone talking about their voicemail drop. We're gonna have some. We've got 10 members that we've already chosen. They're gonna come in. They're gonna do a beta test with us. They're gonna share the results with us. And then the week after that, we've got another Call Zoom member who's bringing in leads through a totally, totally unique way. Um, and we have more of this stuff going on. I can feel from the community and feel from the support tickets that come in that when we add to these weekly coaching calls, current members, not people from the outside, but current members who are doing their own thing and their own unique thing and crushing it in different ways, that we get a tremendous amount of response on that end of it. So we're going to continue with that. So stay tuned. And now I want to honor the people who took the time and the effort to send in their questions, which I always promise to answer on that end of it. So let me get started with those because there's some really good questions that came in. So on this end of it, well, let me get this out of the way. So there's some really good questions that came in. So I want to make sure we get this. I get these taken care of. Hi, Chris. After looking at some of the demo sites you've discussed, the handyman.com, so on and so forth, etc., I see that most of these sites use a summary homepage and then use a location page for everything. Can you help explain the strategy, rationale of making the homepage a city page instead of a generic overview page? Okay, great. Look, there's no, as far as the homepage kind of argument goes, versus just showing a city page, either way is going to work fine. That's not the whole point here. The whole point is that once you've got your master domain and you're ranking in 4, 5, 7, 6, 8 cities, after that point you're going to be ranking in hundreds of cities very, very easily. So you want to be able to reach that point. How you got started, whether you want to have, www.mysite.com as your homepage, and then you've got a whole, kind of an intro and a listing with a link to all of your city pages, that's perfectly fine. There's SEO, site-wise structure. There's no issues with that. The way that Call Zoo, the way that we set up our two, and we have over 3,000 pages listing on page one between our two main master domain sites. We don't have a home page. A page is either Houston or Miami on that. It's just a page for a city. And that's just the way we've done it. And we're doing perfectly fine with it. Either way works for you. Just know that in the beginning, if you're going to create a home page, and as you start to create more pages that go out to different cities, you got to always constantly come back to the home page and add another listing to that. It's a little extra work. Not a big deal in the whole scheme of things, but there you have it. Either way works. So good question. Appreciate that. I'm in the process of creating my main page. I want to just state something here really quickly. I haven't seen these questions yet. So if I stammer for a minute afterwards, it's because I'm trying to think of an honest answer. If I don't know the answer, I'll just let you know. But my staff put these together. They put them on the screens based on what you've sent into the support desk. So I'm in the process of creating a main page content. Okay, so can you go over what a good meta tag and description would be, and then the rest of the cities would be the same? That's a good question. I like that. I like that question. So the best way I can answer that question is this. So let me just reiterate the question really quickly on here. And that is, I'm in the process of creating a main page. Their main page, it could be just a home page, but it's probably like a main page, like a / Houston or whatever page, whatever the main city they're going after. Can you go over what the meta tag, that is I'm going to, for those of you who don't know what a meta tag is, I'm going to show you right now, and the description would be, and then the rest of the sites, would they be the same? That's actually an outstanding question. So the best way to answer that is just to go for an example here. So let me just do Handyman Phoenix, just kind of my default example on here. if I do, okay, so let me just do that. Okay, so Handyman Phoenix, and keep in mind my IP address is in Spain right now. So we'll come down here, and so we're looking at the title. So what's the title tag? The title tag is right here. Home, this bar, Handyman Connection of Phoenix / Phoenix, Arizona home. Let me go down here a little bit more. I want to avoid these directories on here because I really want you to ignore the directories. You can totally kill it on directories. So this one is The Phoenix Handyman. That's the title. This is the title. They put Home Handyman Connection Phoenix AZ. This is another like site. Phoenix Handyman Services, Scottsdale Home Repairs, and ... In other words, it was too long. So the reason I showed you this is because I wanted to show you, and this is almost the case 98.5% of the time, is that the meta title and the descriptions are like horrible. And by just doing a couple of tweaks, you can do amazing things to it. So the first thing you want to notice, and Google does change this like constantly, they're always in motion. So you want to be really careful about the information that you collect. So sometimes it's just a really good idea just to come in here, and it's just like randomly to come in and do this all the time when you're moving to a new city or whatever. Just say, okay, I need to, instead of just using the exact same thing, I just need to check what Google's up to. And you'll just kind of look at this, and anytime it has this ... that means that they've used too much space. Too much space. So how much space does Google allow here? Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60. Well, 60 just happens to be the normal recommended out there, and I just proved it right there. Google changes it, though. So really, to be safe, I would be 60 and under. So 60 and under, characters plus spaces has to be your title. Now, I don't see it here as an example, but putting your phone number in is the worst thing you can possibly do. What you want to do is you want to put in, you really want to kind of keyword stuff it. This is one of those situations where you can keyword stuff it to just the max, and try to fit in 2 to 3. You usually can only do 2 of your main keywords. Now, every local niche, it's super simple, normally has one keyword that's got like the vast majority of searches, like 230 searches, and then the next keyword has got like 100 searches, and then the next one has got like 50, and then it goes down from there. So if you can just at least fit in the top 2 of your keywords, throw them in, seriously, and just separate them with one of these little bars. You see those bars right there? But look what they've thrown in here. They've thrown in the word home, because their page says home. It's stupid. And then Phoenix, Arizona, home? I mean, duh, is that a keyword? No. Handyman Connection of Phoenix? That's probably Handyman Connection. That's probably their brand name. It's stupid. Okay, look what they did here. The Phoenix Handyman. What the fuck? Are you kidding me? So you need to put in here, you've got 60 total characters, including spaces and bars and whatever things you put in there, that you can shove in your 2 main keywords that have the most searches. That's the best way to do that. Now, so that's your title, meta. Now, this space right here, okay, this is your meta tags on here, okay? So, or this is your meta description. So in your meta description, you want to try to put in here so that it reads well, okay, so it doesn't read like you stuffed it. so that it reads like a good sentence on here. As many of your top keywords as you can squeeze in. Okay, that's the game that you play. And forget phone numbers, because phone number is not a main keyword, is it? So just forget that stuff. And that's it. It really comes down to that. Let's take a look at another one on here. This is an example of like some really bad ones. Let's take a look at someplace else. So San Diego. So let's take a look at San Diego. Hopefully San Diego markers do a little bit better job. Let's check them out. San Diego handyman repair. That's probably the top keyword, is what I'm guessing. Repairs, services, and remodeling. And Google's smart enough to do handyman repair, because they did repair twice here, right? So that was stupid. So they could replace it with another word. Handyman services. Is that the second top ranking keyword? Handyman remodeling. Is that the third keyword for handyman? It's not. But not too bad. Better than what we've seen before here. Yeah. So look at the title here. San Diego half-price handyman. Is anybody actually type in half-price handyman? No. Does anybody type in Jeremy Simpkins? No. Complete waste of the 60 spaces. You see how easy it is to crush it with these? Look at this. San Diego handyman. He's all the way down at the bottom, but you know what? He's missing out on another 30 characters on here. So let me just do this one more time. We'll see what else everyone is doing. Houston. See, look, to be in the top 1%, you've always heard about, what does it take to be the top 1%? Oh, the top 1% live this incredible lifestyle. You just got to do 10% more effort than everyone else every day. That's so little. Come on. Everyone can be in the 1% if you just do 10% more work, 10% more mental effort than everyone else. Okay. Okay, so this is not bad on here. Well, this is it's one of the sites I'm associated with on here. Let me skip that. One call home handyman. So home repair and maintenance. So they got some keywords here, and Google's smart enough to kind of group different keywords together. It's like handyman repair, handyman maintenance, handyman home. They'll kind of throw that stuff together. HoustonHandyman.com. That's like the dumbest, who did this? There's another 45 characters you could put on here. I mean, even if you were dumb, you would put at least the phone number. Oh, this is cute. The zip code. How many people are going to enter in the zip code? Are you seeing how little the competition is out here? Let me just show you how small the competition is. This is ridiculous. So let me just pull up this site. I'm going off on a little tangent on here. So on this, not bad as far as the colors go. A little irritating though. So this is On-Call Handyman, which is in Houston. Let me copy this, and let's just check out, why they're ranking right here. Let's just do this on here. Let me log in. Bam. And let's take a look at the backlink structure on here, because this will tell all, right? This is like handyman with your clothes off. This is handyman naked. Where are you right now? What, are you joking me? A trust flow of 4 and a citation of 20. Anyone knows anything about Majestic and how they measure? I mean, if your trust flow, the farther your trust flow is in numbers from your citation, then it screams spammy links. This is horrific, but they're still ranking on page 1. This is how easy you could crush it. So let's find out exactly why this is not like a 19 trust flow and a 20 citation flow, or an 18 trust flow and a 20, or a 22 trust flow and a 20. That would be normal. This is screaming, I'm spamming. Whew, it's probably in their backlinks on this end of it. So let's take a look at their backlinks on here. Let's look at their anchor text, actually. That's what I wanted to look at. Okay. Not horribly bad. Not horribly bad at all. One Call Handyman. That's basically their That's their brand name. That's not too bad. And they went on with a naked anchor text, a different version of their naked anchor text. No anchor text was cool, probably an image or something like that. Click at this website. I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. There's another reason that they're so bad with that. It's got to be the quality of their backlinks on here, on that end of it. So I'm going to just pull up their backlinks and see what's going on with that. There's got to be, there's a reason why this is happening on here. So let me just look at this, and let me just pull up this next one and this next one, because all this stuff leaves clues. Alrighty. Wow. Cut above cooking team. Okay. Yeah. What does this site look like to you folks? Whoa. What does this site look like to you? What is this? What the fuck is this? What is this called? This is called, oh my God. See? Oh, geez. This is classic. I love that this example came up. Thank you so much for this. Okay, so what is all this stuff? This is a private. This is what I would call. Excuse me for the language. This is called a private blog network whore. Is what this is on here. Check it out. This is all links. They're selling these links. These are all links going out to just everybody and their mother and father and grandmother and everyone else. This is a horrible backlink. We don't teach this kind of stuff, do we? In fact, if you go through the course, I go over examples of just like this. I mean, this is horrific. So anyways, enough is enough. Well, I'll just go one more just for the humor of it. One call a handyman, Houston. Okay, so they got a little bit of a site here. What are we looking at here on this end of it? It's not bad. So that's not a bad link on this end of it. What's this? This is another. Look at this site. Look at this site. This is another just total private blog network whore on here. Are you kidding me? Teeth whitening, Star Wars. This is a daddy. This is all just selling backlinks. And this is all have to do with. They're all selling backlinks on this end of it. And if we were to do more on this site, we would see. Look at this stuff. Look at this. Let me go back here. I give like half an hour just rants and so many examples of not to do these kind of sites. Look at this. Handyman. What does this have to do with this? On this more handyman stuff. These are all just in home improvement. These are all just going out to all kinds of other sites on here. We don't teach anybody how to do this kind of stuff. This is not what we do, folks. And this is why this is how easy it is to crush them. So look, they have a bad title tags. They're not fully utilizing the 60. And by the way, the meta tags is around 160 or less. You can always get the update by going and counting and Google, by the way, which is a good idea to do always. Don't wait for Moz or someone else to come up with some kind of report on it. Just find out yourself. And that's how you do that. And this is how you not do backlinking. And even though they're doing bad linking, they're still ranking number one, or not number one, but on page one in Houston. So that in its weird twisted itself should be motivation for anybody on that end of it. So let me go back to the questions here. I feel like I'm moving kind of slow. So that was I think that was the first question. So let me speed it up a bit and get to the second question. I'm in module 4 and I wanted to know if there is any video later in the course where Chris teaches how to do it in a way that gets maximum love from Google. Thank you, staff, for writing the little answer down below for me. Yes, the answer is Module 7, Video 7, and So I got great staff. Isn't that awesome? Let me just go back here. I'm going to show you right now. So where are they? Right here. This one. Okay. So on here. So yes, there is. Go to Module 7, Video 7 to get maximum love from Google. And I'll let you follow that Creative Commons. I'm going to keep this one here because this is like a really good, this maybe come up again. So I want to save that on here. Here's a question for today's webinar. Should we have photographs with our logo photoshopped on the office building for each city page? Okay, so I have kind of a love-hate relationship with the bonus that I've offered, which I'm not going to offer anymore. It's done with. Because I think it works against your main purpose and your main goal here. And that's that whole Google Places 3-pack. It's not the Google 3-pack hack. Yeah, we figured out how to do it. No, we haven't built our successful business off of doing that hack. It's a hack, people. You want to build a good business off of good SEO, good clean SEO, and good paid traffic. And that's how you're going to do it. You're not going to do it with hacks. It's a nice little way to add a little hacky here and hacky there and get a little bit of traffic in. It's fine in the beginning, but do not treat it as a long-term deal. It's just not a good business model to keep long-term. So the question is here is that should you be able, the photographs with our logo and stuff in the center of it. This is in Module 9. Super hacky stuff. I'm almost embarrassed how hacky it is, to be honest with you, but it works. It works like crazy. But just don't build the whole business off of it, okay? Because it's not sustainable. So yeah, you really should have on that end of it. You can get that done at Fiverr or anyone who's good at Photoshop. It's super easy to do. Reviewing the past webinars, you mentioned that you are running 4 businesses. Yes. I wanted to ask you how you handle and manage running 4 webinars. Well, 4 businesses. I don't do the webinars and all the businesses. It's just this one. Without getting overwhelmed and getting bogged down in the muck. Number 2, could you talk about the time management regarding the 4 businesses? Is it something like managing one business one day and then the next and the other, or I would like to see your perspective. Okay, that's a valid question. Appreciate that. So let me just kind of add the caveat in here. I'm not perfect by any means. I'm a student in motion, constantly learning and stuff. So I don't have all this stuff figured out. So there are definitely days I wake up and I'm like going, oh my God. But as I've talked about before, if you go into the callzoo.biz, /login your member site, go in and look at a couple, it's like the end of April, early of May. It was a 2-part series. I talked about building your dream team. And that was right before I was leaving for the Philippines to open up a new office. Now, I have an existing office there, a staff of 34. And I opened up a new office. And the new office is handling new projects and stuff. But my 2 coaching calls that I did were just focused around creating your dream team. And I don't want to start that. I don't want to repeat that whole thing. Just go and watch them. The summary of it is this, is that the 2 main key takeaways, and we had a lot of positive feedback from those 2, was number 1, hire before you need it. So the whole concept behind it is that if you're like building like a dream team, like basketball team or football team or baseball team or whatever you can imagine that relates with you, if you got the best freaking player in the world on your team, wouldn't you want to take him out to games and have them play? Yeah, you would. You just want to let them sit there. So if you go out and find the best teammates you possibly can on your team, which is your business, and you hire them before you have enough work for them, what is that going to force you to do as an owner of the company? Think about that for a question. Think about that for a minute. What's it going to force you to do? It's going to force you to go out and do what you should have been doing the whole time, which is growing and expanding your business and putting all the work on to your dream team. Okay? That's an incredible position to be in. To be in a position where you've trained and hired and nurtured and you understand these people that are running your company. You're still directing, you're still holding the steering wheel of the ship, okay? But they're the ones that are taking care of all the nuances and everything below that. So that's how I do it. I never stop sending out resumes ever. That is a constant, because even if I think in the future, man, we don't need it at all right now, but man, we have a pretty good, Facebook AdWords account manager. He's pretty darn good. I wonder if there's somebody better out there. Let's send out the resumes. Let's just flood the market with the resumes and just put top dollar bonus and all this kind of stuff. So we just attract the best of the best. And let's see what happens. You know what? The best of the best, it's going to take you months to get. Even for somebody like is going to do WordPress, copywriting for you, it's going to take months to find that person. Okay? It's just the way it is. It's the way the market works. And then all of a sudden you find that person, it's like, and you interview them and you do a Skype video and you're like, holy shit, this person is like the Michael Jordan of basketball teams, and they're interviewing me now. They're considering working for my company. You get excited at that point. It's like, wow, I got to really step up my game so I can give them some work and let them play on my field now. I mean, that's the way it needs to be, folks. I mean, think about this business for a second. This business is really super freaking simple. What do? You build a website. You build a master domain site. You can train anybody in the world to do that. There's no rocket science to it. What are you doing after that? You're basically contacting us for more private blog networks, more Web 2.0s. You're communicating with the community for backlinks. You're managing crowd search, which is a key component of this, by the way. And then on the side, you're doing like a local preferably, national is okay, of niche, blogs and forums and adding content, just being part of the www community, which Google loves. That's what you're doing. All of these things. And then you're adding new cities, and all you're doing is just rewriting your homepage. So it's at least 70-80% different than your regular one. It doesn't need to be 100% original, just like different. Just rewrite it. Can you not train and hire anyone to do that? Of course you can. And that's what you should be doing. You should not be doing this. Anyways, I go on for that. I went on for it so much so that it took 2 coaching calls to do on that end of it. So, how do I do that? I do it by hiring dream teams and never stop hiring them. And you're going to get internal turnover. That's part of business. Even the best of people, and you got the best packages and you got the best going on. Life happens and people turn over. So you get this, you've got to constantly be hiring and constantly be moving forward with that on that end of it. And then as far as managing day to day on that end of it, I make sure that whatever I'm doing, I'm outsourcing. I outsource literally everything. So it's like, let me just give an example of outsourcing so you can kind of expand it. This is how much I value my time. So I've shared a little bit on Facebook and stuff about how much I've traveled lately. So I've been to, Hong Kong. I've been in China. I've been to Zurich. And this is all business trips. I've been to Manila and then back to Barcelona, all within 21 days. That's a lot of plane tickets. That's a lot of hotel and Airbnb stuff. I could have spent 5-8 hours easily arranging all that stuff. No, I hire that out. So I can spend those 5 or 8 hours either resting my brain and sleeping, getting some sleep, or doing other high level business. So you can outsource literally everything. This month is insane. This month is Dublin, then that's going to be Ontario, then we're going after that. There was one, I've even forgotten. I have to look at the schedule because I haven't set it up. And then after that, I've got Korea, and then I've got back to Manila, and then I've got Tokyo, and then I got to go back to Barcelona for the event. And who's going to set up the event and the venue? That's like 40, 50, 100 hours. I don't have time to do that. If I did, I wouldn't have time for higher operations and this other stuff on here. So you have to hire other people to do this stuff for you. And my biggest recommendation is to hire before you need somebody. So it puts you in a position to where you say, this is a superstar. I don't want to lose them. I got to find work. I got to find more work for them. So that's what I would do. Okay, last question on here. Here's a question for today's webinar. Should we have photographs with our logo photoshopped onto the office buildings? Was this double taken? I feel like I've already answered that. Anyways, I don't know. I'm tired. It's late in Barcelona time. It's my bedtime. So, yes, ideally you should, if you want to do the Google 3-pack. Then you're definitely going to want to have photos of the front of your building. I've shown you methods you can do that just right off a line. And I've shown you examples, and all the examples I gave are examples. We just got the photos online, and then we just had our Photoshop guy just layer our fake business logo over the top of them. And you saw the photos. They're in Module 9. They look perfectly good. They'd pass any Google manual test on that end of it. But again, that is a hack, and your main focus should be on building your dream team, should be on building your master domain site through good SEO, and then layering on top of that some pay-per-call advertisement, and you'll blow it out of the water, okay, on that end of it. So, wow, we've been on here for like 2 hours. So, look, this has been a fantastic call. I don't want to run it over 2 hours. One more minute, it's going to be 2 hours, so I'm going to wrap it up here. So I want to personally thank Jeannie. She's a wonderful lady, right? I mean, it's just everything she has to say, and she just wants to share her life and what she does, and everything's just so open. It's really, really good stuff. I mean, rarely in this community do you ever find that kind of transparency on that end of it. So, water finds its own level, and, we're here together tonight. So I appreciate that, Jeannie. Thank you so much. And then, she mentioned Steve on here. Steve's a fantastic guy. Look at Steve Lloyd. He's in the Facebook group all the time. He's the guy who's like posting inspirational stuff. He doesn't have to do that stuff. He does that. So, thank him for that the next time he does that. Seriously. He will be at the Barcelona event with his significant other, and then they're going to travel on. And the guy has a lot of value. He's got a radio background. He did a video testimonial and stuff at the Vegas event. It was like, you could just tell on the camera, it's like action. And he was right into it. So I appreciate that so much. And everyone who came on the call, we had like a record number of people come on a coaching call. There was well over 400 people on the call. And thank you so much, each and every one of you who decided to take time out of your busy day to spend time with me and Jeannie and basically the calls of the community. And I hope at the end of this we added some value to you. That's the whole end goal. I have no link at the end to buy something. This is just like, we're adding value to the community out here, and we all rise together. So I guess the end thing I just want to end up with and just summarize with is patience. Patience and hustle. Get out there and hustle and have some patience. When you combine patience and hustle, you're going to persevere. You're going to make it on this end of it. You really, really are. Especially with a business model like this. It's so freaking simple. I mean, literally, I mean, if you're not convinced, go out on your own and reverse engineer MrHandyman.com. Go on and reverse engineer, rehab. .org. I mean, these are $100 million sites and $32 million sites. They are easy, folks. Look at how many cities they're in. Check out every city that they're in. Did they totally rewrite every page like perfectly? No, of course not. And then out of their 5 or 7 cities, the same freaking pattern every time. And they're ranking on other big cities on here, Houston, Dallas, Miami, Orlando. How many backlinks do they got? 0, 1, 2, 3. And what kind of backlinks are they? 9 times out of 10, they're just citation backlinks. I mean, this is what it takes. But you got to get through that tipping point, okay? You can't just look at it and go, oh, 3 weeks has passed. This doesn't work. I'm done trying. Hey, guess what happens? You know what? Come visit me and others who decide to stick with it and had the patience and the hustle to stick with it in 2017, 2018, 2021. We'll be in a completely different place, and you'll be in the same place as you are right now. Jump on the train. Jump on the patience train. Jump on the hustle train and do this with us. This really, really works on here. I don't know anything out there. Nothing. Penny stocks, trading stocks, certainly not Amazon stores, Shopify stores, and I know a lot about those, by the way, because I invest in those all the time. I'll talk about that some other time. But nothing, all of it's a patience game. Patience, perseverance, consistency. That's what it takes. The only reason I'm here and where I am right now, the only reason my son is where he is right now at the ripe age of 13. Can you believe that? 13 years old. He's dealing with all kinds of incredible pressures. It's unbelievable. It's because we have patience. Patience and hustle wins every single time. My name is Chris Winters. Thank you so much for attending. I really appreciate it. We'll talk to you on the next call.